Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome to what is one doozy of a car. A car that from the outside is very unsuspecting because it looks at first sight like an Ubermax Xeon Classic, but it's not. It's a custom version with so many new parts for it. You're going to be absolutely amazed at this thing. So let's just jump straight in and have a look at these parts. And so we should probably just, in fact, hang on. First of all, point a gun at this guy because he's annoying. Thank you very much. Stop talking, please. And then we're going to go straight in at customs because, well, we already know everything about this car because it's already in the game. Or you think. So we have, to start with, on the spoilers, we have the nothing. We have this, which is a spoiler I would usually like, but yeah, I don't really like the bar thing on it. But we have that in primary and secondary colour. We have a carbon version. Then we have a parcel rack as well. We have this one. Looks alright. Doesn't look too out of place. Then we have that in secondary colour. Then we have a larger one as well. And that in secondary colour. Then we have... oh, this looks good. Oh, this looks good. I might have to pick that for our first build. And then we have this one. And then, well, there's no names for these, so it's basically just scrolling through and saying, yes, this is what they all look like. But we do have lots of different options here. And a lot of different styles could be taken from these. Also, I accidentally left it in slow motion mode, so that's fun to observe. And off you go. Bye-bye. So instantly, I had a reaction to this. A positive reaction. I have to go for that. Instantly, that just looks so cool already. So on the front, we have our stock plasticky looking American spec bumper. Then we have that completely painted. Then we have this one, which gets rid of the fog lights. We have that in a secondary color. We have a few different lower grille selections here. Lots of different combinations here. This one's going to have a bigger lip on the standard one. And then we start going into some questionable looking ones. Not really a fan of that, but sure, why not? We then have this one. We have, I mean, it's not the best looking one, but we have this weird looking thing, and that is the secondary color. I've made sure to put it yellow so you guys can really see it. Then we have this one. Some of these ones further down, not really much my thing. We do have the bumperless option, as well as having a hanger with a bunch of cool hangers on them. So we have all of these ones. Very cute. Then we have the bumperless one with the splitter, a few different combinations of splitter as well. And then we have wide versions of all of them, so you can probably guess where this is going. But we do have wide options for quite a large array of these bumpers, including some of these which are just, what on earth is this? What on earth are they? They look so weird, but I might use those in a build later on in the video. I think I should go for this one. So it's like the standard bumper, but painted in wide body with this splitter with the gaps. And sort of like the air vents on it. I think that looks kind of cool. On the rear bumper, we have the colour version of the stock. We then have that in a wide body version. We then have, I mean, I'm going to go for the wide body. It's kind of obvious. So we also have that with a diffuser at the bottom. We also have that with the secondary colour diffuser, the carbon diffuser. We have this rear bumper and that in wide. We have this rear bumper, that in wide. And then we have the bumperless version as well. Also got a nice little, that's a nice little touch actually. BB20's name right there hidden. I think that, I mean, I do quite like this bumper. It's got a cool look to it. So I'm going to go for that with the double exhaust holes because one of them is single, one of them is double. I'm going to go for the double exhaust hole wide. On the skirts, a huge amount of options once again. But actually, I'm going to wait on the skirts. I'm going to go to Fenders first so we can pick our wide body. And then I'm going to go back to that one because I'm not sure how they're going to mix in. So we have these different arch combinations, including the wide body. Look at this. Look at this. Utterly ridiculous. Those wheels are so lost in that right now. Thankfully, we have V-Stancer to save us. In fact, if you had this mod and you didn't have V-Stancer, you're going to have one ugly-ass looking car. So, yeah, V-Stancer is pretty much a must. And I've just noticed, I think that colour is tied to the secondary. That's a nice touch. So back to the skirts then to see what we can get that fits in with these wide arches. We have skirt A, we have B. I'm just going to run through these because there are just so many options and just see what stands out to us. I mean, it's probably going to be something like this, isn't it? So many different ones. It's kind of a shame that it tucks back in at the bottom because it would have been nice if it just kept going, but fair enough. I think the one that fits the most is probably that one. Actually, do you know what? I think this one works better because the other one has a bit of a weird thing at the back which I'm not super big on. I think that looks pretty cool. Again, it's going to look weird right now purely because these wheels are so lost. In fact, I'm going to do this in such a weird way because normally we don't do this till much later. I'm just going to do the track width right now just so we can kind of see the wheels and kind of get an idea of everything. We can come back afterwards and tighten this up, but yeah, that would do for now. So on the exhaust options, we have a left-hand side one right here, just a nice simple big bore. Then we have the upturned ones, and then we have the straight out. I like upturned, but I like these. These ones actually look really nice. Instant like for these ones, so I'm going to go for those. We have a couple of different roll cage options as well. We have the ones in the back, primary and secondary, and a full cage, primary and secondary. I kind of think I should go for a secondary rear. Obviously, we're going to tweak these colours later. I kind of like the look of just that rear cage. Now, here is some really cool stuff. I'm a massive fan. I mean, instantly, I'm just going to show you the first one. I'm a massive fan of mods that just allow us to really change things like the grills and the lights and all that sort of stuff, because you can really get a nice unique look. And this one really changes the look. So we have this grill, we have this grill. Again, this is tied to the secondary color, so you could just make that chrome or something, or black, and instantly blend that in. And actually, these are all headlights as well. So if I go back and I just turn these headlights on for a second, and now we can see, look at this. Now the red is actually tied to the dashboard color, so the red is tweakable as well. So we can have whatever color we want on those. So we have this one as well. We've got some square options, a couple of different versions. We have the slightly angry Kaido Racer sort of look going on. We also have that in yellow. We have this one as well, some small square lights. We have this. Again, that red is completely changeable if you want a different color. Then we have this one, square debadged. We have... This is kind of a weird one. I don't really get this one, but sure enough, it's there. We then have this one as well. I think the lights have turned off. We have this. I mean, some of them are better looking than others, admittedly. And, I mean, this one's quite fun. Look at that. That is so fun. Then we have Ubermacht. Just written, no lights, just that. Looks so cool. Then we have this grill here with the lights behind. And then we also have that tied to the secondary color. I can't even decide because these all look absolutely amazing. I'm kind of going towards these just because I love yellow headlights. I'm going to change the secondary color later though. Bonnet options, we have the stock, we have carbon version, we have this one, which, oh, that looks way better than the original. I think that might be the one to go for. We then have a scoop. We have a semi-transparent one. Not really a fan of these ones in primary and secondary color. We have this one with some vents on it in different colors. And then we have the bonnetless. I think I do quite like just this. It's subtle, but cool. We also have some mirror options. We have the stock chrome. We have that in painted, secondary, and carbon. I'm just going to do that in painted. On the roof options, we have this radio aerial at the back. We have a roof rack. We have a rear spoiler. I don't really like these old style rear spoilers where they actually sort of like loop round. This bit here, I'm not really a fan of it. It kind of looks like a handle. But we do have that in primary and secondary. We have louvers. We also have them in secondary color. And we have those in plastic, primary, and secondary. I kind of want to go for... do I want to go for plastic or primary on this? I think I'm going to go with primary. We can upgrade this. Now, it's already quite a fast car anyway, but we're going to upgrade everything. We also have our suspension that we can knock down. We have some extras, and that is basically going to be debadging. Actually, for once, I kind of like the debadge look. The other one would be the rear badge, but of course it's being hidden by this spoiler anyway. And then we also have the option to remove the number plate, but I don't... Yeah, I want to keep it looking street legal, although it would look very clean because there is nothing... Oh, do you know what? I'll get rid of it. I'll get rid of it. It just looks cleaner. So we'll add a turbo, we'll get some xenon lights, and I'm going to make these lights yellow as well, just to tie them in to the fact that we've got yellow headlights. I'm going to tint the windows like that. Interestingly, I've noticed that's a weird glitch. They're not tinted when you're looking from the inside out. That's kind of a weird bug. In fact, that makes me not want to tint the windows. I'm just going to keep that none. So paints and wheels we're going to leave till last. We have got so many more things to look at. So we have interior color, and that is going to be all the outside parts of the seats and also the dashboard. Now I kind of just want to go for a dark color. I think anthracite black's probably it. And dashboard color, as I said, was tied to those light options, but as we don't really have them on this build, don't really need to adjust those. We then have some stickers as well. We have whatever on earth that says, Geef Punked. The others are also written on the rear window as well in what looks like white and then possibly primary color. And then the last one has it front and rear. For this build, because I got the louvers, I'm going to go with none. So we have a couple of dash options. The first one basically just gives us a digital dash here, but the second one completely strips this out. And I kind of like this stripped out look. I kind of like the idea. There is someone, I think his name was Mike Burrows. He was from Stance... Is it Stance Nation? He used to have these really cool old BMWs that were like really ratty, rusty looking, and they looked utterly incredible. They are just some of my most favorite modified cars of all time. And let's see if we can get something close to that. So I want to kind of go for that raw vibe that one had with this as much as possible. I know we're not going to get exactly there. Then again, on the door cards, we have options for, different styling on the fabric. Now that's something we should get more of. And then we have the doorless option. Now, unless we're going to go in black, I kind of don't want the color to bleed in too much on the inside. So we might keep that with like that carbon-y looking panel for now. We'll see how we go. Oh, mind you, I said I don't want the color to bleed on the inside, but we have this. So actually, yeah, let's just get rid of it. Seat options, we have, these options of the fabrics again. Then we have a bunch of these seats as well, different combinations. I think we've got to go for these ones. Perfect. We also have some steering wheel options as well. Just run through these. These seem to be mostly the stock wheel options that we get in GTA. So let's just go with this one, the flocked one with the painted center. Taillight options, we have the stock. We have the painted surround. We have the secondary painted surround. We have, this one with Xeon with the heck blender in the middle. Or, wow, that's a completely different set of lights. Oh, actually, I like those. That is so cool. It instantly closes up because this one kind of has like a European style center. Like that would fit like a long, oblong style European plate. Whereas this one seems to be a lot more like a US or Japanese plate size. And that's a winner. I just like that. That looks so cool. I'm going to go with that. So moving on to the engine bay now. And, oh yeah, by the way, it's very stripped out in here. Very cool looking. But this mod also works with the same mod that we used recently with the law-friendly MX-5 mod. And that is that when the engine changes, the engine sound changes. So right now, as stock, it sounds like this. But we can also now change to engine 1, and now we now have this. We now have a proper V8, and we can actually look in here. And as you can see, we've got a proper twin-turbo V8. This thing is massive. Look at that. Look at the turbos on that. Ridiculous. And then we also have engine 2, which sounds like this. Whoa. God, that sounds so smooth. And yeah, as you guessed, it's a V12. Look at that. We have a V12 option. Now, the V8 was cool, but V12s, it's got to be a V12. In comparison, the V8 sounds kind of trashy. It's definitely got to be the V12. So then we also have options for the trim. Right now we have a chrome trim going around a lot of the things here. Around the grille, around the windows, the door handle. Actually, the door handle doesn't change, okay. But we do get to get rid of all of that chrome, and we can put that into the primary color, or we can have that as the secondary color. I mean, that's an interesting look on its own, is it not? Man, that's funky. Also on the rear window as well, as you can see. I kind of think it looks great with just the chrome, so we'll keep the chrome. And then we have some options for the rear seats to match if we were going to change the material, or we can just completely strip this out as well. Oh, we've got some BB20 hiding here as well. That's fun. Yeah, I'm going to go with that full-on stripped look with this one. So let's pick a color, and I kind of feel like I have to go for black. There's something about this car that makes me just want to make it black. I mean, it turns out we didn't get liveries in the end. I'm not going to have like a rusty version, in which case I don't really do black cars often. So I think we should go for black, but we could really change this as well. We could either go for like a bright metallic. Look how shiny that is. Ooh. Or we can make that dark metallic. Does look very cool actually, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to go with dark metallic. Now I could go for a flip paint and make this black and gold, which does look very cool. I'm not entirely... Actually, it does suit it, doesn't it? It does suit it. It actually suits it quite well. It's surprising. Yeah, okay, right. We don't really do this often. Let's be different. This looks great. And then on the secondary color, because at the moment we just got it to this, we could have it as chrome. So we could have that chrome there, which also suits all the chrome surround, and that would also give us this chrome here on the inside, or we could just make that matte black. See, now that makes it blend in a bit more, but I feel like the chrome has its own edge. Oh man. I'm gonna go with chrome, actually. Let's go with chrome. So BB20, the person who made this mod, is the person who also made the wheels mod that we checked out recently, and so it seems like the perfect car to fit one of these wheels to. And you know what? I am kind of feeling these Porsche Twist style wheels, so I'm gonna go for those. In terms of wheel color, I guess I could make them black just because it would blend everything in. Okay, I'm gonna go for black wheels. Then in V-Stancer, I am going to make these wheels a little bit thinner, I think. Just a little bit, because they are a little bit crazy. They are super, super wide. And I'm kind of wondering, do I need to make the wheels smaller, or is this going to fit? I think this might... It might be a perfect fit, actually. Okay, so just decreasing the width should be enough. We're going to bring that in. And I'm going to use visual lowering just to get this down. And boom. These wheels are absolutely perfect for getting this sort of stance. Look at that. That is ridiculous. That is so cutting it fine. And then we could do the same on the front as well. Let's just bring that in. And, oh, I reckon we can go down a bit more, don't you think? There we go, right down. That is actually just starting to clip through the ground, I think. Just ever so slightly. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we actually have to keep it to this just so it doesn't scrape on the ground here. Well then, perfect. That is it then. Look at this. Oh, it sounds so good. Oh. Okay, I'm not very good at driving this, but oh, look at this. And those rear lights. Look at it out in this. It is so glossy. What an absolute beauty this thing is. Look at it. Absolutely stunning. I'm loving this black gold flip, actually. It's very classy. Ooh, look at that. So good. Well, I did want to do a couple more builds on this, so I should probably just jump somewhere and get a couple more builds done, and then we can compare them and you guys can vote which one you would pick yourself. So let's just park up here and do a couple more builds. Okay, so here is build number 2, and with this build what I wanted to do was make something that looks kind of like a slightly spec'd up model. So I've gone for the painted bumpers, I've gone for this rear light that has the heck blend in the middle, I've gone for just one single big bore pipe, I've gone for the roof rack as well, wanted to make it utilitarian, and so I didn't really adjust much of the interior, although I did add a cage, which actually I might just get rid of the cage, don't need that, that can go. Everything else though in the interior was kept completely standard, but I did put this vent on the bonnet, And I did go for these cool lights with the yellow accent. And then I just went for Nebula wheels because I just thought that this looks like a one that's had a lot of optional extras in it, but it is still just a well-kept example. So it's nothing too crazy. And yeah, I think it looks awesome. It's very simple. This one's obviously like a completely amazing full-built show car. This one is like just a well-kept example that's had a few little extras added to it. So let's do one more, because I still have another idea in mind. And so here we are with the third and final build. This one was a bit more experimental. I didn't do one with camber yet, because this one was kind of very much like a slab. This one was very much not much of anything. So this one, I made sure to camber it out as well. I didn't go for a super wide arch on this one. I kind of wanted this one to be the exclusive wide body, but I did put these plastic arch trims on. And basically what I did was anywhere that I could, I went for a secondary color and set it to matte black, just so that we had this sort of like plasticky black around most of the car. And then I went for a bumperless look on the front and a bumperless look on the rear, but also with these massive diffusers. And yeah, there we go. I've also put some stickers in the back window as well. I stripped out the interior, but otherwise kept the seats pretty much standard. And then I went again for a V12. So there we go. What do you think? Which one of these is your favorite? I mean, I already know what mine is. This one is absolutely wonderful. So there we go, guys. That is it. Thank you so much for watching. I am going to go enjoy driving this one down. I'm going to go enjoy driving this one down the road. If you have sat through this whole entire thing, congratulations to you. You can say paddle in the comment section below. That's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.